Media.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. It is exactly 9:35 a.m. This is News and Views on Salam Media. Our next guest is Wani Scribante, the Deputy President of the Transvaal Agricultural Union. And we're going to be looking at the issue around calls on the government to spare farmers from load shedding. Wani, a very good morning to you. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, good morning, our listeners.
Okay, so you are the Deputy President of TLU South Africa. You are calling on government to exempt farmers from load shedding, obviously because this is wreaking havoc on farming operations and also, very, very importantly, pushing food security to the edge of a precipice. Tell us what has happened up to now, and if nothing is done, if government doesn't listen to your pleas and your concerns, what will the scenario look like in South Africa regarding food security?
Yes, as you've mentioned, it is wreaking havoc on the farming operations. It's not only the primary farmers, but also the secondary producers, like the millers, the food processors, the abattoirs, etc. They cannot operate properly with this load shedding. And the problem is the cost of alternative generating facilities, like to use a diesel generator is costing 3 times more than the already expensive Eskom power. So the next thing is that's a problem at the moment is we are experiencing a heat wave in the Northern Cape and also the Western the Northwest province, and the irrigation farmers are now in a critical stage that if they can't irrigate now sufficiently, the whole crop will be damaged.
Sure.
And the big problem with a crop is if it's an irreversible problem. If you have damage now, you cannot recover it. So that causes big concern for food security in the future. And at the moment, there's already reports of some shortages of something as simple as maize meal, because the millers can't mill enough. Yeah.
We understand that you, your organization, and I guess other interested parties are going to be meeting with the Agriculture Minister, Toko Didiza, where this current emergency crisis is going to be discussed. How hopeful are you that they will understand the situation of farmers? And this obviously involves large-scale, commercial and small-scale farmers as well. Would I be correct?
Yes, it involves everybody. And the small-scale farmers do not have much backup in funds and stuff, but the big-scale farmers also, the profit margins are already so small. So any damage to the crop makes it unprofitable. And so that's a problem. But getting back to the minister, we already had a meeting on Friday with her. The problem is we were 177, I counted last on an MS Teams meeting. And so that is information session. It is not really a working meeting. But the whole sector, every part of the sector, raised our concerns. She took big notice of that. And we have a small working group of experts who, in the next 2 weeks, must submit some suggestions to the minister. The big problem is I don't do much about the situation other than influencing the Minister of Energy Affairs or whatever, and influencing the rest of government to try and do something about it.
Well, they need to do something and fast. Otherwise, we're going to be really hitting another crisis in the country regarding food security. We also understand that producers of cold chain products, that is, of course, where you need a regulated temperature. They can't, they're impacted as well because they can't guarantee the shelf life of their products. And then there's also the issue around some potato farmers. They've had to stop production because they could not irrigate when necessary because there was no power. That tells me that we're going to be seeing a huge scarcity and price increase of potatoes.
Yes, that's right. Again, the profit margins on something like a potato is very small. And at the moment, it's not only failure if you have not enough irrigation, it is the grade of the potatoes that's down, and then it's just not profitable at all. So the farmers are not recovering the cost of the input cost. They would rather not plant, which is understandable. But we are heading for a disaster.
Wani, there's also the problem, obviously, if the farmers believe it's not viable to to uh, uh, you know uh, do a planting for the next season or to harvest their crop because it's not going to be worth their while because of poor quality and poor grade due to the ongoing load shedding and ongoing drought and a heavy rainfall. So everything's being there's huge impact as far as the farmers are concerned. If the farmers stop doing their work, there is going to be a huge food security situation in South Africa, and it would also mean importing grain, maize, etc., and that's going to skyrocket. So we're going to have a very serious situation in the country.
It's absolutely true. The dire state of our ports is such that we will not be able to import the food, even if it's available. That is another huge concern. Our infrastructure is a state that we cannot transport the goods to and from the ports, and the port is not operating effectively. So it's not as simple as that.
What needs to happen, Wani? What else needs to happen to put pressure on government to try and help farmers throughout the country?
General understanding what is happening. That all kinds of people, groups, start putting pressure on the government and say, change your policies, change your ideas, run the country as a business, please, not as a social place or whatever. The policies up to now obviously did not work, and change the basics is the policies and change the way the government is doing business.
Yeah, they're too busy lining their pockets, aren't they? When you say change the way you do business, what exactly should they be changing? What is TLU SA wanting out of the government? You are saying, please exempt farmers from load shedding. Do you think that is a possibility as far as Eskom is concerned?
It should be a possibility, but it is not as simple. Because we are interspersed between towns, things like that. So you cannot switch one off and keep the other one on. So it's not so easy to do that. But something must be done, and something like the irrigation areas, if like close to Douglas or places like that at the moment, uh, if you can exempt them now, that would go a long way in helping the situation. But
Okay,
the answer is, yeah, fix
finally,
home. That's it. Yeah, yeah.
sorry, your line is very bad. I thought you'd done talking. You and a whole host of role players did meet with the Agriculture Minister Toko Didiza. Has she given a commitment as to when she'll come back with some sort of a workable plan as far as farmers are concerned? What is that cutoff date?
Well, say from Friday, within 2 weeks, there should be something on the table for plan from a smaller work that advises the minister. So
Okay,
we
Wani,
are
we're
hoping
going
to
to
see something.
we we're going to have to leave it there. Let us try and hook up with you in 2 weeks' time to hear about hopefully some progress as far as relief from load shedding is concerned to farmers. Otherwise, we are going to be in dire straits here in South Africa. We're reeling as it is with power cuts. What's going to happen if we don't have food from the farmers? You go well. We'll talk with you in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, we do apologize for that very, very bad connection. That was Wani Scribante. He is the deputy president of the Transvaal Agricultural Union, and they've called on government to spare farmers from load shedding. If not, we are going to have huge situations in the country regarding food shortage.